denied everything, insisting she was innocent. However, the evidence against her was overwhelming, and the police were confident they had the right person. The arrest brought a sense of relief to Brandon's family, who had been living in fear and uncertainty since his death. The case was far from over, but with Paulette Girard in custody, the police were one step closer to getting justice for Brandon Thibodeau. The trial of Paulette Girard for the murder of Brandon Thibodeau began on November 8, 2121 at the Jefferson Parish Courthouse in Met, Louisiana. The case had attracted significant media attention, with local outlets like the Times-Picayune covering every detail. The courtroom was packed with spectators eager to see how the case would unfold. The prosecution was led by Assistant District Attorney Mark Tremblay, a veteran lawyer known for his tenacity in the courtroom. Tremblay, 52, had a reputation for being thorough and reliable, and this case was no exception. From the start, he painted a damning picture of Paulette as a woman driven by jealousy and obsession. He argued that Paulette had brutally murdered Brandon in a fit of rage after he tried to end their affair. He used physical evidence and testimony from investigators to back up his case. Tremblay also exposed Pet's fraudulent activities at Beauty Buys as a scheme that exploited vulnerable women, adding to the image of her as a manipulative and dangerous person. In Pet's defense was attorney Charles Chuck Lameau, a shrewd and experienced lawyer with a history of defending high-profile clients. Lameau, 48, was known for his calm demeanor and his ability to plant doubt in juror minds. He argued that the evidence against Paulette was circumstantial and suggested that another person, possibly Lee Girard, could have committed the crime. Lemoyne also tried to humanize Paulette, portraying her as a loving mother and successful businesswoman who had been unfairly targeted by the media and prosecution. As the trial progressed, the emotional impact on Brandon's family was evident. His grandmother, who had raised him, attended every session, clutching a worn photograph of Brandon. His girlfriend Lee Girard sat with her father, both visibly affected by the proceedings. The tension in the courtroom was palpable, especially during the testimony of the lead detective, who detailed the gruesome nature of Brandon's wounds and the evidence linking Paulette to the crime. On November 22, 2021, after 2 weeks of testimony, just 4 hours of deliberation, the jury returned with their verdict. Paulette Girard was found guilty of first-degree murder. The verdict was met with cries of relief from Brandon's family, while Paulette remained stoic, though her face turned pale as the word guilty echoed through the courtroom. Sentencing took place on December 1, 2021. Pet was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The sentence marked a harsh but fitting end to a case that had shocked the community. For Brandon's family, the verdict as the sentencing closed a chapter, but it left many in the community reflecting on the tragedy and its lasting impact. After the trial, life in Mater, Louisiana slowly returned to normal, but the shock of Brandon Thibodeau murder lingered in the community. The once bustling Girard household was now silent. Pet Girard, once admired for her business acumen and charisma, was now remembered as an obsessed killer whose world collapsed, leading to the death of a promising young man. For his part, Richard Girard, who had tried to maintain composure throughout the trial and his wife's conviction, gradually withdrew from public life. Although he continued working as an attorney, his reputation had been tarnished by the events surrounding his family. The tragedy and scandal that engulfed his wife and daughter weighed heavily on him, and the rumors and whispers about his family followed him wherever he went. Lee Girard, whose life had been irrevocably changed, struggled to move forward. The revelation of her mother's affair with Brandon and his brutal murder had shattered her world. Lee left Materia shortly after the trial, enrolling in a college out of state to escape the painful memories. Though she tried to focus on her studies, the trauma was never far from her mind. Friends said that she became more withdrawn, no longer the bright and ambitious girl she once was. The aftermath of the trial also had a significant impact on the community at large. Beauty Buys Pet's multi-level marketing business came under intense scrutiny. Investigations revealed the extent of the financial and emotional harm caused by the company, leading to its eventual shutdown. Many women who had invested in the business were left in debt, their lives upended by the scam. Local media outlets like Wolf continued to cover the fallout, and the scandal became a cautionary tale about the dangers of predatory businesses. In the end, the trial and its consequences left a lasting mark on everyone involved. It was a tragic reminder of how lives can be quickly torn apart and how one person's actions can ripple through an entire community. Amid this devastating case, that Medi community was deeply affected. What began as a dark secret spiraled into a tragedy that left everyone in shock. The repercussions of Brandon Thibault's murder were felt far beyond his immediate family and close friends, affecting the entire community. The Girard family home, once a hub of social activity and success, became silent. Desolate poet Girard, once admired for her business and charisma, was now remembered as a murderer whose obsession led to the death of a young man with a bright future. Meanwhile, the Beauty Buys company was finally shut down after investigations. The truth about its operations came to light, revealing that it was a scam preying on desperate women, leaving them in debt and without hope. Local authorities and the media closely followed the company's closure, serving as a reminder to the community of the dangers that lurk behind seeming attractive but fraudulent businesses. Richard Gere, who had tried to maintain composure throughout the trial, slowly retreated from public life. Though he continued working as an attorney, the events surrounding his wife and daughter cast a long shadow over his professional and personal life. The whispers and gossip about his family followed him everywhere, and he became increasingly withdrawn. Lee Girard, who had once been full of dreams and promise, sought distance from her past and the community that had once been her home, though she attempted to start anew far from the memories of her mother's betrayal and Brandon's violent death. The emotional scars ran deep. Brandon Thibault's murder also left an indelible mark on the law enforcement officers who worked on the case. Detective Duval, Detective Martinez, who led the investigation, faced one of the most challenging cases of their careers. While they successfully secured justice for Brandon, the horrific crime scene and emotional complexities of the case would stay with them for years to come. In conclusion, the story of Brandon Thibault and the events leading to his tragic death served as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked desire and obsession. The Thai community, though it slowly began to heal, would never forget the case that shook its foundations and left a deep scar on its collective memory. Interested in more real-life murder mysteries? Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. What sentence would you have given? Leave a comment and I'll be reading. Enjoy life because we only have one. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful day. We sincerely appreciate it and look forward to seeing you in the next cases.